What's going on, guys? Back with another video. Sorry I haven't made a video in a little while. I've literally just finished uni, so I've just been a bit busy, but now I'm back and I'm going to be making some more. But I'm going to do something a little different actually. I've been making time-lapse videos of me painting, but I'm actually going to walk you through it and explain like why I do certain things and how I pick colours, and basically, yeah, from start to finish. My style is quite, I'd say, like poppy, sort of abstract, like using all bright colours and making it look quite contemporary, as they say. But yeah, so I'm a bit rusty because I haven't made a video. But yeah, basically I'm painting on paper, like acrylic paper. I don't usually paint flat on the table like this, but just for this video, just so you can see like the paints and like, you know, me mixing them, the palette. But I would usually paint using an easel, and it's so much easier, like, so you stand back and look at it. But I'm going to attempt to paint like this. But yeah, so yeah, I'm going to be using acrylic paints, system free. These are, I'd say these are probably the best brand that's not too expensive if you can get them. And then we've got a selection of paintbrushes. I mean, I wouldn't worry too much, but as long as you've got a variety, like you want like a thin one for doing details, just a few different sizes and shapes and that. And I've also got a bigger one for like doing background. And I've just got like a bit of a plastic for the palette and some water. You could use paper towels to dry the paintbrushes off, but I haven't got any, but oh well. Anyway, the first thing I would do is do our background, like a wash. You can paint just on this, but I don't know, it's always best to do a background. With acrylics, I do recommend you go from using light to dark. So start off with bright colours. You don't really want to paint a black background. I mean, you can do if you want, but when you paint on top of it, the black shows through, and all the other colours will be dark. Anyway, what am I on about? Yeah, so I do generally always do like, I didn't even realise for ages, but I always do like a yellow background, and I was just consciously doing it, but I wasn't really thinking it. And like, someone said to me, "Oh, do you like yellow or something?" Because like every single one I do is yellow. So actually, I'm gonna do a different one. I'll do blue today. But yeah, generally I would use a bright colour. So a colour and mix it with white for your background. Blue, using light blue is generally good if you want to do skin tones, because you can see like the different shades of them so much easier. Anyway, don't know if this is going to be enough. That should be enough. Yeah, you want to use like plenty of water, really. This doesn't necessarily have to be like the background of the whole painting, but it's good to have what is it called? An undercoat or a wash, whatever you want to call it. It's just a quick one, and then we can build off this. I do usually paint on canvas, but it's alright to try different things. Like this paper is actually alright, to be fair. It's like acrylic sheet. You can get like a pad from your local art store. But yeah, while that's drying, well, I don't really know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna have to. Right, we are back, and that has dried. Yeah, the only annoying thing about using this paper is sometimes it does that. It's a bit shit. But yeah. So I've got my photo reference. What you want to do is, well, I recommend your photo has some shadows in it, because it'll be so much easier when painting. Like, not easier, but, well, yeah, I'd say a bit easier. But it's just a better photo. But this is just an example. This is my lovely face. But yeah, look, it hasn't really got any shadows in it. It just wouldn't be that good of a painting. You'll see what I mean as we go through. But yeah, I would recommend actually, if you can, print the photo out, because it is a lot better and more beneficial working from a photo like that, because you can. I don't know what it is. Since I've been doing this instead of being on my phone, it's just been easier to do. And your phone's just distracting, and you're always looking at a screen. But yeah, so the first thing I would do is we need to draw it, but you can use a pencil if you want, but you just get pencil marks like I used to, but now I just use paint. It's so much easier. It looks nicer as well. But you can paint over it anyway, which we will as we use an acrylic. But yeah, so I'm gonna do an outline in. We're gonna do an outline in white. I wouldn't recommend you do a dark colour really, to be honest, unless you're more experienced. But I'm assuming you're not, as you're watching this video. But yeah, anyway, if you can, I would try and use a brush. The bristles are like quite stiff, because you can drag the paint around them all. I mean, this is an oil brush actually, but to be fair, oils drag around easier, but acrylic doesn't really, unless your brush is a bit harder. But don't worry if you're not. But yeah, a few things quickly. As you can see, this is a rectangle surface I'm painting on. You want to make sure that the photo you use is like the same shape, because say if this was, I don't know, I was painting on a square canvas, like all sides are the same, and I was using this, when I try and draw it up, it won't be accurate, or it'll be hard to make it accurate, as it's not the same as what you're painting on, if you know what I mean. So here, when I measure this and I draw on here, it's going to be more accurate, because this is the same sort of like shape, innit? You'll see what I mean. But yeah, enough talking. The first thing I would do is look for ways you can like divide the photo, like, I don't know, down the middle or like that. But if you can't really find any reference points to start, you can, what I'm going to do is use this outside bit sort of thing, and like I'm just checking that angle like that. So yeah, you can, don't worry if you mess up, like you don't get it right first time every time, but I'm just going to use this line as a guide for the rest of the picture. Don't know if this is even going to look like Rihanna, to be honest, because I'm painting like this. I would recommend you paint with it in front of you, like on an easel or something. Yeah. And you can just look at reference points as you go. Like, for example, the bottom of her hair is like, say, just a bit below the center. So Let's find the centre, and then just a bit below, like the bottom of the hair. It's the same with like the chin. If you just keep comparing it to other angles, like say the centre, that's like what, a fifth of that, or you can even do the centre, half that again. Yeah, that's just below like, what's that, like a quarter. So yeah, I know it's getting a bit technical, but it does help to measure. What did I do? Centre, quarter, and then again, yeah. Centre, quarter, that, and then something like that. You can always change it later. But yeah, that's why it's important to have like the same sort of composition. Like, what am I even on about? The same sort of size thing you're painting on. You know what I mean? Then and now what I would do is find the centre of the face, which is obviously there. If you compare it, like, because this is at an angle and it's getting a bit more tricky, what you can do is look at where the points start and end. So like, say the top of this line would be, that's right, roughly the middle there, just past maybe, and then I'd say that ends about like a third if you divided that into thirds. So you could divide the bottom into thirds like that. You don't have to do this way of drawing it up. Like, you can measure it and do whatever, draw it up however you want, but I'm just showing you what I would do. But yeah, that's about just halfway, so right there. So you sort of want to measure, line it up like that. That's it. And this is just rough. Remember, like, you can always change it. So like, and then go for the eyes. So the eyes are usually the centre of the head. That's why I usually do them quite early. So if we measure the centre, the bottom of the right eye is about the centre, I'd say. So if you do that, just remember the bottom of that eye, and say halfway is the edge of the eye. Yeah, and then it's sort of at an angle. And there's no like exact way of doing this. You sort of just make it up as you go, to be honest. And the nose is about, I need to do the eyebrow. It's very rarely I get it right, like, first time. But that's how you learn, really. Just make mistakes. Yeah, just basically doing the basic shapes. Like, just always comparing angles. Like, even with this one here, I'm looking like the height of this compared to the length of this is, they're basically the same, really. So like that, and then that's at an angle like that. And I just look where the different angles, so like where this changes compared to down here is like next to the eyebrow bit. So please tell me if I'm going too fast, like let me know, innit? Because this is I don't really make videos like this, but yeah. So another thing to remember, like I'm used to this now, but a lot of the time it will not look anything like the picture for a bit. Like a lot of the time it will just look weird. Like obviously this does not look like that, but it's because you haven't really done much. But you just gotta be patient, really. Yeah, I'm gonna do the nose. So a good reference point is the top of the eyebrows to the nose to the chin. They're usually like equal. I'd say this is a bit on the lower side, so like halfway between there, tiny bit lower. And the mouth, again, say halfway, just above halfway, halfway. I'm just doing it like basic, sort of basic outline. So now we've got some of the main sort of measurements in place. You can sort of add a bit more detail just so you can see the picture a bit better. You do want to make sure the underdrawing looks as much like the picture as you can before you start, just so you're happy with it. Otherwise you have to change it as you're painting, which is a bit of a nuisance. I mean, not look like it, but like, see what I'm doing there? So to get the length, the distance of this bit from there, if you go do a diagonal, it's like the sort of same distance as the width of the eye. So you do the width of the eye and then down there, so it's like there. So maybe I've done the nose a bit low. But yeah, always comparing angles. It's like even, I think I just do it like unconsciously, but I'm trying to explain it. Like if I was going, the next bit I'm going to do is the other nostril, but before I do that, I compare it to upwards angle, so it's like in line with the edge of the eye, and then it's in line with the corner of the eye like that. I'm just going to draw the edge of that shadow. Yeah, again, you're always just correcting it. And then with it, I'm going to do compare. I'm comparing this angle to that, like. And the edge of this with the angle there. Alright, I'll say that's basically ready. Yeah, so next thing is the colour. Now, I say go light to dark, but the only thing I do suggest doing is just painting in like the eyes, just the black bit, just around the nostrils and just the mouth line. Just because when you start adding colour, you probably paint over it, and it'll be a bit annoying if you've done this lovely underdrawing that's really accurate, and it doesn't, and you paint over it and you can't see it. So yeah. You don't always have to use black. I usually just use like a darker colour, but like not always black. I don't know, I'm gonna use blue. I like to use black at the end if I need to, but I wouldn't do it at first. So yeah, just gonna draw in the eyes. Just so it just helps so much while you're painting. Don't have to be perfect, just so you can see it. And the nostril. It probably won't even look like Rihanna, to be honest. It's just so much harder painting from above like this, because I don't know, you probably know what I mean if you paint with an easel. Because you can stand right back and look at it and then see where you, like if you're trying to correct something, if you stand right back, it's really helpful, but you can't really do that with this. But yeah, I mean you can add as much as you want, but just so you won't paint over it. And then now I usually just start adding colours really. But I don't know, I don't really like I'm not like a teacher, so I'm trying to explain. But a lot of the time I just try random stuff, you know, like whatever comes to my mind. Like now I just think I might just do some of this line like that. Like if you don't want it to look really realistic, just like the photo, you just want to make it look like cool. Just try stuff, man. Like literally. Yeah, that's a bit weird. It's definitely not gonna look like Rihanna. Oh, it's only for the video, but yeah, that's enough for now. Oh wait, actually. But yeah, so what you generally want to do, this is why it's helpful to have shadows in your picture. You want to look for like the lightest colours, so obviously you see the white. I'm probably not going to paint it white, but you want to start off using the brighter colours. So what I'm going to do is, no, I'll use a light blue. Yeah, basically, I'll get like a medium brush. I think these are called filberts with the rounded edge. I think these are probably better for just adding the colour. But yeah, sort of brightish colour. I'd probably go a bit brighter than that actually. Where's my white gone? Yeah, start off with some of the highlights. You can see there's one there. There's a bit around sort of the cheek area. I think this blue works quite well for painting portraits, to be fair. Yeah, like this is not like a step by step, like you don't have to do it like this. I usually just do it spontaneously. Like I just think of something and I'll just do it like as I'm painting. that's probably enough blue. I might add a bit on the background. Yeah, the good thing about acrylic, why I like it, is because it dries quite fast. And I'm quite a fast painter really, I don't really have that much patience. Like, it would just dry in like half an hour if you put too much in. And then you could just do another layer. But yeah. Alright, it definitely doesn't look like Rihanna, but it doesn't matter. Right, I'm gonna quickly wash this brush, and this is just my favourite paintbrush. I need to get another one like this, but yeah, I'm gonna wash this and add some more colour. Right, now I found mix up a pink. Yeah, I generally just do all the bright colours and then just start doing the shadows with darker colours. Yeah, sorry if this isn't the best video. I mean, basically, my mate helped me take some of my stuff back from uni, and he's got it at his, and he's got my easel. So I'll do all the other videos with that, because I can't really paint well like this, it's a bit annoying. But yeah, I'll be getting that very soon, this week I reckon. So I can't stand painting standing up, looking down at the table. But yeah. Oh, that's a nice paint. Look at that. But yeah, yeah. What you can do if you're well, I've done this photo actually. I turn the contrast up like to the max and then printed it out, because you could just see the different where is it? The different tones so much easier. Whatever they're called, tones. I don't know. Oh, I don't know if I like this at all. To be fair, a lot of the time you'll find you don't like the painting at first, but you just got to give it a chance. Because you can just add another layer with acrylic or paint over it. But yeah, don't just leave it and then never paint over it. Never paint over it. You know what I mean? Never go back to it. Just don't leave it unfinished. I've done that a few times, but you can just change it, man. This is awful, man. Oh my god. Right. Now I'm gonna add some of the shadow in. Yeah, as soon as I get my easel back, which will be this week, I'm gonna start doing some videos. It'll be so much easier to paint, man. I'll actually be able to paint better. But yeah, I'm gonna use a bit of red. Just gonna use the flat brush for this. To be honest, I don't like really use the brushes in a certain way. I just use like whatever one I want. Well, I don't go, I need to do flat edges, let's use the flat brush. Although it'd probably be a good idea. But like, you know, I don't know, just use whichever brush you want really. Experiment. But yeah, I'm gonna do a bit of that shadow. do some of the shadows for the lips. I'm rushing this a tiny bit because I don't want it to be like 3 hours long, and I do sort of need it to be in real time, otherwise you're not going to understand me. So yeah, I'm just doing those shadows, as you can see. But you can see why you want a picture with shadows, because for example that blue you can see is that light bit, and then as it gets a bit darker we use that pink which is a bit darker than the blue. So that is why you don't have to do it this way, but I just think it helps. Probably going to do most of the hair this colour. We're going to try and make it look like Rihanna. The thing is, actually, half the time it doesn't even end up like, it doesn't start looking like what you want it to look like. And once it's dry, this is why it's easier to do it when it's like on an easel, because this happens all the time. So when it's like dry, you stand back and then you compare your photo to the painting and see what adjustments you need to make it look like the picture. But it's easier to do that when you're looking straight ahead of you, not down at a table. But we'll try. I mean, I'm actually going to leave this bit like that. I think that looks cool. But yeah. Just getting into the rhythm of painting. Liking how that's looking. Not going to do too much like that. We'll do that right. Again, just doing the darker areas. With picking colours, generally, if you really, like, I'll just say go with like what you think, but like if you're really not sure, I don't do this, but like it's probably helpful to look at, if you can look at a colour wheel, and it's like a little chart, and it sort of shows you which colours go well together. I'll probably do a video on that actually, but generally the colours opposite to each other on the colour wheel are like go well together. So for example, blue is opposite, I think it's yellow? I can't remember. Yeah, I think blue's opposite yellow, and then it's like red's opposite green, but like side by side they look really good together. But yeah, if you're really unsure, you could look at that. Or just looking at a lot of art in general helps. Yeah. Right. I'm gonna go over some of them details, like the eyes and that. Maybe the mouth's a little too big. Yeah, I'm trying to compare it by standing above, but it's quite hard. Yeah. Okay. So I'm going to go over some of that. What you'll find is some of the tiniest adjustments actually make the most difference. Like, you can literally adjust the tiniest thing and it will change it completely. But yeah, the nose still looks a bit fucked. Yeah, let's go with a 5. See what you end up with. I do use like realistic skin tones sometimes, but I like to play around with colours, to be honest. Or sometimes I'll do a bit of both and mix it up. God. When you're doing this sort of style painting, I think it looks better if you don't go too much into detail. It takes away from, I don't know, just don't look good. And you've got to know when to stop as well. Like, if you're not sure whether to add a bit because you think it might fuck it up, I wouldn't add it because most of the time it does mess it up. So I keep swearing. Yeah, I wouldn't say that looks like Rihanna, but I don't know, doesn't really matter. Yeah, I'm probably going to leave that to dry and then do another few layers. But yeah, I'll just keep painting until you're happy with it, really. Right, that's dried. I've run out of space on this little palette. Just going to use this little hand palette. Yeah, please let me know if this video is helpful. Anything you think I should improve on to make the video easier to watch. Oh shit, I left more of my paintbrushes inside. 1 sec. Yeah, I was just washing them. The long part is washing these, but it's only got to use water. It's not that bad. Anyway, where was I? Always use too much paint. That's the thing with this. Right. Mixed up a light yellow. And add a few more highlights. Might go in with a thinner brush in a sec. Yeah, once I have my easel, it'll be so much easier to show you. And I'll be able to paint a bit better as well. Yeah, it's alright. It's not looking too bad. I don't know. Let me know if you think this looks like the picture, but I don't know, man. It's a bit off. I don't know. I'll have to watch it back. But anyway, what am I doing? Might go in with the smaller brush now. Do some details. That's a bit small, that one. Yeah. But yeah, let me know if you've got anything you specifically want me to cover. What I do, because I do paint most of the week, I'll probably do some time lapses of some of the paintings I'm doing, which I have been doing anyway. And then I might do a few of these, like walking you through some. I could do one about using the colour wheel. To be fair though, I don't actually use it, man. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what presents itself. But in an ideal situation, I would add a lot more to this picture. Well, not add a lot more, but like go a lot more careful and like alter it. But it's just so much harder painting from up here. Like, as I've said about 30 times. But yeah. Probably won't add too much more. To be honest, like, once you're happy with how it looks, you just leave it really. I'll probably just get, what I like to do is just, once I'm happy where the actual structure is at, like the accuracy of it, I'll just start adding like little hues of colour. Don't even know if that's the right word. So like just little, I'll just focus on specific areas. So if I look at the eye, I don't know, I want to add some colour in the iris. So like right there. So let's get some of this blue. Oh, I don't know, do I have pink? No, we'll do that for now. And, oh god, have I messed that up? I've messed that up, haven't I? Yep. To go over that again. Yeah, just go over some of the details, you know. But yeah, as I said, I don't always do the same thing. Like, it's just good to mess around, you know. Practice, experiment. Just thinking some other colours. Could add a bit more yellow. Yeah, I do recommend wearing some clothes that you don't mind getting paint on, because I literally get paint on everything. Mum always moans at me because I literally get paint everywhere. Even when I'm not painting, it just like appears. Did we really need that orange? I don't know, but oh, I don't know, it's not that bad. I think what to do, man. Oh, I don't know what to do. Well, that looks good. Like that. Yeah, actually, another thing on the colour wheel, I'm pretty sure blue is opposite orange. Like, blue's a complementary colour to orange, so basically it just goes well with orange. So if you look at the blue next to the orange, you can see what I mean. Yeah, I don't think I'm too far off now, to be honest. I don't want to do too much, we'll be here all day, but a little bit more light blue. And the little touches at the end sort of make the painting. But as I said at the start, it just looks just terrible. You see, I was trying not to swear then. It just looks terrible at the start. Well, not terrible, but like it just looks completely different. You just got to believe in yourself. Just keep painting until you're happy with it, and like you can always correct it along the way. Yeah, it doesn't look too bad, you know. I'm actually quite happy. It just would have been better painting on the canvas. Just got a big careful not to overdo it. I do that a lot, to be fair. Just got to know when to stop painting, really. Might leave it there, you know. Oh, I don't know. Decided I'm going to use the palette knife, which is, I don't know what I'm saying, you can see what it is, but you can just move some paint around with it without using a brush. Get some nice texture. Where's the brush? Oh, there's the paint, I mean. Need to get some more. There you go. But yeah, this is one of my favourite tools to use. We just move the paint around. Don't have to use one of these, but try it out or whatever. Let's get some nice textures. But yeah, I'd say I'm done with this, I reckon. As you can see, I'm finding it hard to stop. Just get carried away, to be honest. Yeah, fuck it. I'll do. Alright. Wait, actually, just a tiny bit. Tiny bit. Just a tiny bit. 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 Tiny b Oh, I'm going to use a bit of red actually. Just love painting, I can't help it. Can't help it. Yeah, you can get obviously much thicker layers. The colour comes out much more vibrant, I would say. Yeah. I definitely recommend trying one of these if you ain't used one. Probably easier to use it, to be fair. Obviously it's not as accurate as using a brush, but like just getting paint on the canvas, it's pretty handy. You get all different shapes and that, but oh no, what have I done here? Probably ruined it now, haven't I? Yeah, I'm just gonna stop, man, because I'm just gonna ruin it. God. Wait. Yeah, fuck it, I'll leave it at that. Actually, well, no, wait. One final little detail I like to add. Just a little bit of detail. Where's the brush? Well, usually, yeah, you can see the little white reflection in the eyes. Just add that. Brings it out nicely. Yeah, I'd say that's done. Now. Right. Thanks for watching, guys. Like, comment, subscribe, all that stuff. Sounds so cringy saying that, but yeah. Let me know if you like the video, and I'll be certainly doing some more. Thank you for watching. Actually, sorry, I couldn't add one last little bit because I think it looks really weird. But I promise this is the last thing. Just gonna do that and just make it look a bit more normal. But yeah, oh god. Yeah, I'm just gonna leave it now because I'm gonna get carried away.